Chris Brown, Steve Tasker, pleased to be joined now by the man who wears number 73, also known as the Snowman, and is as pumped for week one as anybody. It is one Dion Dawkins joining us, and fresh off the field interviews brought to you by Austin Air, the official clean air provider of the Buffalo Bills. Dion, how you doing, man? It's good to see you.
It is great to be back in the studio.
Yeah.
It is great.
It's been a minute.
But it's good to see you, man.
Yeah, good to have you, as always. And the first thing I wanted to bounce off you, because I know Coach mentioned it when you had a few hot days in training camp. I'm sure you guys have already been kept abreast of the forecast for L.A., because kickoff there is 5:20, and it's probably going to still be about 90 or so. I mean, it's going to be toasty out there. Has Coach kind of mentioned the whole force fluids, hydrate, that all week, I'm sure?
Yeah, but, like, all that comes with it, you know? Like, as a pro, we know that we got to play in different states where it's hot, it's cold. Well, we're the cold, but it's hot, it's warm, or it's hot and it's warm, and it's chill and other places. And we understand that we got to hydrate and do our thing. Coach understands, like we have a seasoned team now where Coach just mentions it one time, and we take it and we run with it. So
what's been the vibe? And I know Sean said, listen, we live with these expectations.
Oh, yeah.
Now you're on the cusp of starting a season where everybody expects big things from you guys. How do you handle it?
you just put one foot in front of another and win the moment. You can't play the game 100 days and before. You know, we had practice today. We have another practice tomorrow. We have to win that practice tomorrow for us to have a chance to win on game day. And we understand, like, with the higher that we get, with whatever popularity, whatever, like, you want to call it, that all comes with winning and doing things right. So we understand that we have to continue to do things right on and off of the field to put ourselves in a position to even have a chance. And that's all we need, is just a chance. Right. And we're going to take it for and what it is and put our best product on the football field and make plays.
I heard you, I think it was either early this week or late last week, you were talking about how playing with Saffold there now on the left side kind of reminds you of your days when you were a young buck with Richie Incognito. You know, you got like a true grizzled, been there, done that vet next to you, which usually makes everything a lot easier, smoother. There are fewer check with me's because you guys both know what you're doing.
Oh, yeah.
That kind of got spawned at the Pro Bowl, though, a little bit, right? You guys kind of ran into each other, lined up with one another. Maybe just walk us through that and how that kind of relationship got off the ground.
Yeah, so the funny thing is it actually started, when did it start? Maybe last offseason. You know, I ran into Rodger in Miami. You know, I live in Fort Lauderdale in the offseason, or I visit Fort Lauderdale in the offseason.
Spend most of your offseason there.
And I was out, and I ran into Rodger. Rodger came up to me and was like, yo, what's up? I'm Rodger, da-da-da-da. I was like, yo, I'm Dion. We shook hands. We kept it cool. And then we were in the Pro Bowl together, lined up right next to one another in practice, and then in the game. And then next thing, but you know, Rodger is my teammate. And then it kind of just was natural because, like, I already knew, like, where his energy was. Yeah. That he was a guy. So anytime that you can have a solidified guy, like, and as an athlete and a competitor, like, you already know, like, we're already here. We're here to do one thing, and that's to win games and destroy people. So, you know, Rodger and myself will be, you know, coming off of the ball, just wrecking havoc.
You've had some changes with Rodger Saffold, now a new guy next to you, starting out. Now also Aaron Kromer. Let's talk about that transition, how that's going. What's Rodger said about how things are here in Buffalo as opposed to where he's been. And
well, he had Kromer before too,
right? And how Aaron Kromer has brought stuff to the table.
Yeah. So Kromer, I'm a huge Kromer fan. You know, Kromer is as real as they come. He is a real coach, and when I mean a real coach, like, he understands his role. He doesn't try to play in, this is how you're supposed to do it. Like, he takes, you know, what it's like on the football field and what it's like as a coach. Like, he knows that he has never played offensive line, so he listens to us, and then he puts it in his own way, and then he asks us, how do we feel if this and will work, and then we just hit the ground rolling.
So because from what I understand, not only now, but even his last time here a few years back when he was coaching O-line, he kind of individualizes the techniques for each guy based
Absolutely.
on their skill sets.
Yep.
It's not cookie cutter instruction.
And that's exactly
so
what
he
I'm saying.
molds it to your strengths,
Yep.
which may be different from Bates' strengths on the other side, or Spence's strengths at right tackle. How much does that instill even more confidence that you can raise the level of your personal game under his tutelage?
It's amazing, because just like in what you said, Spencer is 6'8", 600, like tallest guy, and I'm not the tallest guy, like I'm a big dude, but as far as like the height wise and the arm length, cool, whatever, and he gives me tools that I can use to my advantage instead of just saying, all right, you need to all just do this, do it like how he does it. No, we all can't do it like he does it because it's impossible, so that's the beauty of having a coach like him that understands that there's so many different type of players, there's so many different guys with different skills, and he emphasizes our skills with what we do well, which puts us in the best position to win the individual rep.
So to talk about this game this weekend, you played these guys back in 2020, week 3.
It's been a tough game.
You've seen Aaron Donald.
yeah.
You guys jumped out to the big lead. Then they came storming back, and you won it on the last drive. I mean, you knew then they're a good football team, and obviously now that they've won a championship, they've proven it themselves. What about this game?
Yeah, they've obviously proven it to the highest achievement in football. They won a Super Bowl, and they have great players all over their football team. First rounders, defensive players of the year, highest paid guys, all type of attributes, all type of stuff. And we understand that we have to be at our best. Not just this game, not just the next game. Every game in the season, we have to be at our best. And it just so happens that the Rams are in game 1. So we're going to take it for in what it is. We have to be at our best to put ourselves in the best position to win. And that's going to be our mindset for the remainder of the season. Focus on us, and focus all on us.
I don't mean this in a way to bring up trying times, but a year ago, you were in the hospital.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, is it crazy to think like you're now a year, like last year at this time, you were going through it, like having some real conversations with yourself, let alone thinking about your football career. How blessed do you feel now, like a year removed, like you're getting ready for a football season? You're not worried like, man, is this thing going to take me out or something?
I'm a true believer in everything happens for a reason, Not to say that COVID was the best thing that happened to me, but in a way, it was the best thing that happened to me. Like I was in a hospital at the age of 27. I would never think as a healthy NFL athlete I would be on a hospital bed at the age of 27. So being in a hospital, you have nothing but time to just think. Just think about what's like going on. Think about the people like that's around. Think about who's there, who's not there, and you think about life and what it is.
Yeah.
So even in that start of the season where I was at an extreme low, we ended at an extreme high. So just understanding the situation and that every situation isn't the end. Stuff happens. I'm a true believer in it is and what it is, and you have to take it for and what it is and make the best out of the situation.
The fact that you came through that, not just once, twice, because you got COVID again.
Yeah.
But all I remember is end of last season, there's linebackers getting knocked out of bounds, off the football field, like on the bench.
Yeah.
How much did that
funny.
inspire you to, because you always hear coach saying, be the best version of yourself. I think you were that to like a T by the time you got to the end of the year. Getting over those two very giant hurdles and then playing what I felt was some of the best ball I've seen you play in terms of consistency, domination, all of that stuff.
I appreciate you.
How inspired does that make you now coming into the start of a season clean here in 2022?
Nothing. It has nothing to do with last season.
Yeah.
Like last season was amazing. I'm thankful for it. And all that I can say is I'm thankful for it. I had a chip on my shoulder, but this is a start to a whole new year. We're coming in with 0 wins. I'm coming in with 0 wins against an opponent, one-on-one reps. So it's on me to, start off with a good mindset. But all of that stuff, like last year, it just puts me in a good headspace. But as far as that, I just got to just go out there and be me and just be the best version of myself, which is Snow.
Yeah, you came out and haven't really missed a beat at all. I mean, I think you've been at every practice. I don't know if you've even taken a vet day.
No.
So you've seen the transformation of the guys across the ball from you, with Vaughn coming in, Boogie Basham, AJ, Greg Rousseau, all these guys, and all the defensive tackles they brought in, Tim Settle and the group. How much different are those guys on that side of the ball down in the trenches?
Crazy, Steve. I'm talking about, man.
They seem really
those are people. Those are people movers.
I mean, I was watching the game the other day. You had, and I love these guys, Justin Zimmer and Harrison Phillips.
Yeah,
and those guys, great guys, and Starr and Brandon Bryant and those guys were there last year. Now it's a whole different crew, but these guys just seem like it's a whole new ball game. Plus, with Vaughn on the outside, it's just kind of the cherry on the cake.
Whole new ball game is right. Those guys are unbelievable. Like, they're all becoming products of their environments to the T. And like Ed, AJ, the young guys, Greg, like we had Jerry, we had Mario, like we had all these guys who solidified their self in this league. And then you got these young guys that are learning and adapting off of and what they do and what they did. And now we got a guy like Vaughn. We got a guy like DQ. Like we got guys like Tim. We got just guys like that are just here and just causing havoc. And I mean, like, really causing havoc. Like, not to say that in a way you, like, with playing and with Jerry for 6 years and being comfortable with just pass setting Jerry and knowing how Jerry, plays and how he sets, and then getting a guy like Vaughn who's coming in with a whole new style of game and then teaching these other guys. So now every rep is drastically different. So everybody on that line is drastically different from last year or for the better, and they're performing at a high level. And they have all of us in a way where we're in an uncomfortable state because we don't know what to expect now, which is good. And that's exactly what we want out of a defensive line. Like, we come off and it's like, yep, we think that and we know, but we really don't, because they just be doing just different stuff. And it's like, yo, like, these guys are unearthly. Like, Vaughn is unearthly. Like, that's just what it is. And then he's teaching his minions, if what you call them, guys that are younger than him, the unearthly type of tendencies, which is amazing for our football team.
We might have to call your DTs like the forklifts, because they're just going to be lifting people and putting them over here and going and get the QB, because those DTs are going to be going getting it. Last one I got for you, because we've gotten this question from a lot of fans, so I'm curious as your answer to this, and I think Stefan was asked a similar question. There's going to be all this pomp and circumstance before the game, banner going up for the Rams and all of this jazz. Like,
I didn't know that.
Doing like an LA kind of way thing. We're expecting the full LA experience.
Of course.
How do you just compartmentalize that and stick it over there so you can stay laser focused in your game prep? You know what I mean? Like, it's over there. How do you just kind of leave it over there on the side and just ignore it, knowing it's going to be like enveloping you in the stadium?
I think the better way to put it is not really ignore it, accept it, acknowledge it, and then move on.
Yeah.
Like, the banner ain't playing a football game, know. Like, that's beautiful. God bless them. They won a Super Bowl, but it's a new season, Like, we have our mindset. We're flying in there. We're focused on ourselves. And it's impossible not to look around and be like, "Oh, that's super cool. That's super cool. Oh, look, Dwayne Johnson, Alicia Keys, like cool. Usher,
Kendrick Lamar,
like, like Jay-Z, Kendrick, like cool. Snoop Dogg, like it's all cool, but they're there to watch us perform. So I would rather acknowledge, just understand our room and our environment, and then adapt to our environment, whether it's understanding that there's bigger eyeballs on us than normal eyeballs. We're athletes. Like, we get paid to be at our best and to put the clouds over all of that stuff until the game is over.
Yeah.
And then, we look and then we smile and we wave and then we get off the field.
I like that answer. Keep putting guys on the bench, all right? Keep wrecking them, knocking them out of bounds, especially when you're out on the move, because that is fun to watch. We had a clip last year, and it was ground. Those ground level camera shots from the end zone behind you guys, and you're kicking out. And
Falcons game.
I
You must
think
be
it
talking
was.
about the Falcons.
A linebacker comes into the shot, and he's out of the shot just as quickly, like completely off the camera, because this cat was
Just do your job,
freaking
man.
knocking people. So keep doing what you do, man.
Appreciate you.
Crazy that it's season 6, isn't it?
It's amazing.
Season 6 for you.
It kind of goes by your children. Like, you look at your kids and how fast they grow, and then it's kind of like, holy smokes. Like, I had you when I was like, and now you're grown, talking and having a conversation.
Right, you got a brand new person there.
Exactly.
From the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's a brand new person every
It's not just a
season.
baby. It's some walking, talking
Person
personality.
talking about, I want Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
I want Starbucks. I want, okay, cool. Like,
exactly.
like, all right, you're grown.
I know exactly what you mean.
Well, listen, man, I know we'll talk to you again this season,
Yeah.
but good luck.
Thank you so
Stay
much.
healthy. All right? Keep doing what you do.
Go Bills.
All right, that's Dion Dawkins joining us here in studio. He'll be ready to roll along with the rest of the crew on Thursday night against the Rams. It's One Bills Live, presented by Kaleida Health. It's Buffalo Bills Radio.